All right, let's start. So, last week we discussed from Philippians 1, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so yeah, if you remember, you can talk through what we drew.
Yeah, we drew that. So again, Paul is praying that so it's like a person's growing love. So so the love grows and grows and grows and it spreads all over.
Mm,
And so that is the book's thing is like knowledge. So it's like in each book there are different things and those are all interconnected and the things in one book are connected to the things in the other book. So that's knowledge. And then the layers thing we drew is like depth of insight. So which means that from the outside it looks red, okay, it's red. But when we go and cut through many layers, we find oh it's actually blue.
mm. Yeah, that's right. Verse 10.
This is like so there are different things in a way. So we need to know whether it is right or wrong. And so, like for the first one, we drew like it looks like green from the outside, but we still need to go and check it if it is green or red. So we need to go and check everything. And so the first one is red, so we don't do it. And if it is green, then we go and do it. So we need to go and check if it is really correct or really wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
And
the yellow
mm,
box is for blameless. No, I mean pure,
mm,
because there are no spots on us. Like we draw spots and then cut them out. So it's
mm,
like pure yellow.
mm. Yep. And blameless is the list. So we do everything
We
that,
didn't do anything wrong.
yeah, we do everything that we should do, and we don't do everything that we should not do. Yeah, okay, okay. And verse 11.
This is like we drew a tree and there are different fruits. So the first one is joy, then I think peace, and then patience, and faith and love. So all these are the fruit of righteousness. So it's like a variety of fruits. So and the root is Jesus. So through Jesus we get all this. And so the yellow lines are like as if the tree is shining, so for the glory of God.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
and
so
yeah,
like I was just saying, we saw like God is happy with us, he's
yeah,
smiling.
yeah. And through Jesus, there is a green line going. So that's righteousness, the right deeds, the right things that we are supposed to do. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's continue. So we are continuing with the next parts of Philippians. Okay. Today is five. Oh, four. Okay. 4, 5, 25. Okay. Right. So Philippians 1:12. Okay. So titled Advance the Gospel. Right. Now I want you to know, brothers and sisters, that what has happened to me has actually served to advance the gospel. Okay, so let's read the next verse also. 13. As a result, it has become clear throughout the whole palace guard and to everyone else that I am in chains for Christ. So it's most likely, most people agree that Paul was probably in prison, either as house arrest or he was actually kept in prison in Rome. So from there, he's writing. So he's in jail or in prison and he's writing from there. Yeah. So that is the context. Okay. So Philippians 1:12. Earlier also, if you remember, he mentioned, I think 1 week before this, we did, even if I'm in chains, people support me and are with me. Okay. So yeah, so that's the context. So Philippians 1:12. Now, I want you to know, brothers and sisters, that what has happened to me has actually served to advance the gospel. Okay. So, what is okay, what was Paul's purpose in going around? Why did Paul go around place to place?
Tell others about Jesus.
Yeah. So, but now he's in prison, he's caught. So, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Like, I think earlier somewhere we read that if you've done a good thing and
Hmm.
you you're praised for it.
Hmm.
No, no, no. It was like if you're done a bad thing and you're punished for it, that is fine. But if
Yeah.
you've done a good thing and you're punished for it, then that is like will be stored as treasures for the glory of God. It's like
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Excellent. So that's perfectly true. That is for a person, Yeah. So for Paul himself, that will be true. But is it is it good for sharing gospel to many people that is stuck in one place in a room? Hmm?
but I think that time if you wanted to share the gospel, you will be stuck somewhere.
Hmm.
Like you can't share and get not stuck.
Okay. So that's expected, you're saying. Okay.
Like, I mean,
Okay. Even if it's okay.
you
Uh,
have to cross that.
okay. Oh, we have to cross that. Okay. We don't know, Paul, if he actually came out and did preach or this was his last days. We don't know. But yeah, he was in prison many times. He was caught many times. He was treated badly, held many times. Okay. Here he's saying, you know what, that uh, what has happened to me has actually served to advance the gospel. Oh, so he's put in prison and he's saying, yes, thank God. No. So this is an opportunity for the gospel, for the good news of Jesus to spread. So how is that possible? Because he's held. Okay, multiple things. So, in 13, verse 13, hmm, it has become clear throughout the whole palace guard and to everyone else that I'm in chains for Christ. Yeah. Okay. I think it's 13 and 14 also we should read. Okay. So the gods, they keep changing gods, maybe. So people who guard over Paul. And many people come to know that Paul is not a criminal, but he's put here because he's talking about Jesus. And they are curious and they ask and they see Paul, oh, he's happy in a prison. Nobody's happy in a prison. Why is he happy? And then they get to know Jesus. And so another God comes, he gets to know Jesus. Another God comes, he gets to know Jesus. And then he goes and tells five people. And then those five people come and meet Paul. Oh, there is a person like this in prison. Oh, okay. So that's one thing happening. And 14. And because of my chains, most of the brothers and sisters have become confident in the Lord and dare all the more to proclaim the gospel without fear. Oh, Paul is caught, but he's not crying. He's happy. Oh, there are some more people coming to know God through him in prison, through the gods. Wow. So we should also get up, go tell more people. So they are like woken up. They are like they were sleeping probably or not very active. And Paul's prison is spreading the good news. And so they are like, oh, if he can do so much in prison, we should get up and go around since we are free. So they started sharing gospel. So in that context, he's saying what has happened to me has actually served to advance the gospel. So in a nice way, Paul is very positive about what has happened to him. Hmm? What will we do if we are put in prison? Like, "Ugh, I'm I'm stuck. I want to go here. I want to go there. I cannot go. Hmm? Would that be? But I think Paul, in other places, we read Paul and Silas were singing, and there was an earthquake, and they could escape, but they didn't. And the guard came running, and then he found Paul is still there. And so he finds God. He started worshiping Paul's God. So much can happen in prison also. So wherever we are, we can do what we can, and God will use those opportunities to advance the gospel. Yeah. Okay. So let's read. Sorry, let's draw. Okay. So let's draw Paul in chains and okay, let's do one thing. Let's compare Paul moving around and compare Paul in chains. Okay. So let's do that. Let's get a color I was using for Paul. Play this. Okay. So on the left side, I'm gonna draw Paul moving around. Okay. Um. Okay.
Maybe you can draw like a map and then
Hmm.
place A, place B. That.
How did you read my mind? Hmm. Yes, that's my point. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So this is Paul. Okay. And Paul looks like funny person. Okay. Anyway. So okay. Let's draw a map. What map? Any map? Oh, let's just draw dots. Okay, so you can add a map. If I draw a map, I think it'll be squishy, squishy. So I'm going to add some places. So these are different places. So see here. So he has to travel to places. Okay, when he's free, he has to go to places. Okay, So let's use, say, purple to show. Oh, purple I have already used. So black. Okay, so he has to go here and here and here and here. Okay, so let's maybe name these places. Mm, Alpha. Okay, I'm just gonna name it as some dummy names. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, what's after G? H, I, J, K, L. Okay, so you see he's free, but he has to travel. Okay, so what happened when Paul was stuck in a place? So Paul was in prison and he's still happy. Let's show him happy. Okay, so he's still happy, but he's behind the bars. So let's draw that behind the bars. Okay. Z- z- Okay. So he's behind bars. Let's take the same places. Okay. Um, okay. So I'm gonna draw these same places here. And green. Okay. So the first thing, okay, let's label these places A, B, C, D. Oops. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Okay. So first thing we can draw is there is a God who listens to Paul. Okay, so he's supposed to make sure that Paul doesn't escape or something. Okay, so he has a spear or something in his hand. Okay, and so he is holding it and he is mm, taking care of making sure that Paul stays inside. Okay, so this is one person that's listening, and you know what? So people from ABC come to meet Paul. People from DEF come to meet Paul. People from JKL come to meet Paul. And people from GHI come to meet Paul. So Paul was still preaching the gospel. So let's say for gospel, what did we draw? We did something for the gospel. I forgot. Good news. Hmm. Okay. So let me say, okay. Hmm. Okay. So for now, let me just draw a red heart. Okay. So this is going to be the gospel. So he's proclaiming the gospel, and even from prison, he's able to proclaim the same gospel. Okay. So red heart is the love of God. So he's proclaiming the love of God. Yeah. So that's a nice thing. So what has happened to me? So probably he could just take some rest whenever he wants, and whenever people come, he will get up and start sharing. And so he's at one place, and people are now coming to him, you know, and they in turn go and share to more people. So let's also do that. So they, after listening, go back to ABC and turn and share to more people. Okay, they go back and share to more people. Okay, yeah, let's do this. So they come with what? Black Heart, right? And so they heard about Paul. Oh, there's somebody like this. Let's go see, like a museum. We go to a museum to see things. So like that. Oh, come, let's go see this fellow. They come with a black heart and go back with a pink heart. Yeah. So they find God and they go back and tell many more people. They go back to their own town, their own families. Yeah. So many people started knowing who Jesus is and started following Jesus. So Paul in prison was not a disadvantage at all. And that's how Paul is looking at it. Yeah, yeah, of course, there is some pain that is uh, that pain doesn't disappear. Whatever punishment he had to go through, he had to go through. Maybe they flogged him, they hit him, they didn't give him good food, they put him in a dirty place and all that. So that's possible. Okay. Okay, let's jump to verse 13. It's a continuation. We've read it. As a result, it has become clear throughout the whole palace guard and to everyone else that I'm in chains for Christ. Okay, so he's not in chains because he did some crime. Okay, so let's show that. So, Paul, on the left side, we're going to draw Paul and show that he did not commit crime. Okay, so okay, so he did not like steal anything. Let's show some money. Okay. Mm, yeah. So he did not steal anything. What else? He did not hurt any person. So let's make one person lie down and put some damage on his body parts or something. Okay. So Paul did not hit anybody. Or what else? What other crimes can we draw? Mm, maybe one more. Paul did not use bad words. Mm, okay. So he did not use some gibberish or say something bad to some people. Mm, okay. So he did not do all this. Okay, so we're just going to cross it. So He is not in prison because of all this, right? He did not do all this. Okay. So let's put him behind bars now. Okay. But he's in prison for what reason? He's in prison because he shared about God's love. He shared about Jesus and what Jesus did. And yeah, he was doing the same thing before he found Jesus, right? Before he found Jesus, he was capturing people and okay, used red. So he was sharing about Jesus' love. So let's take orange. Jesus, orange man, and Jesus love. Okay, so this is what he was sharing. And just because he shared, people put him in prison. Okay. And this who got to know? The gods. Yeah. So like here, um, how do we explicitly draw a god? He's holding something. Then what else? Okay. So this guy is holding a spear or something. Okay, so he's supposed to take care of the prison. So they keep changing gods. Okay, so let's draw one more on the side. Okay, so these gods came to know that he is not a criminal, so they are supposed to maybe make sure that this person, since he's committed this crime, should get this punishment or something. So these gods were told, oh, this guy is not a criminal, but he shares God's love. And they're like, oh, that person is a good person is in prison. Let me go and meet him. And like that. So, yeah, it has become clear throughout the whole palace guard and to everyone else. And to everyone else. Okay, so there were a lot of other people as well. That I'm in chains for Christ. Okay, so let's also draw that he's chained. Okay, so yeah, something like this, chained to the rods itself. Okay, right, let's go to the next verse. And because of my chains, most of the brothers and sisters. Okay, so it's not all, you saw. So there were some, they got scared. Oh, oh, Paul is saying, oh, then I'm not going to talk about Jesus. Okay, so when you remember when Jesus was arrested before he was taken to the cross, what did the disciples do? They were like, rescue Jesus. Hey, this is my Jesus. Hey, I belong to Jesus. Did they say that? No, they all ran away. They left Jesus and ran away.
But like Peter first he cut the soldier or somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the last time they met Jesus. And after that, they all ran away and hid themselves. And
Mm.
then Peter slowly snuck closer and tried to see Jesus and what is happening to my master, like that. And then when people asked him, "Hey, you're one of them, right?" Peter denied 3 times. Said, "No, no, no, I don't know the person. No, I don't even know who Jesus is." Mm. So when Paul was put in prison, some people said, "Oh, no, I'm not going to talk about this Jesus. No, I don't want to go to prison." Mm. But most of the brothers and sisters have become confident in the Lord and dare all the more to proclaim the gospel without fear. Okay, so let's draw Paul in chains here. So maybe we will make him sit this time. Okay, oops, okay, that's fine. So let's draw a rock or something. In those days in prison, nobody might give them a chair or something to sit. Don't know. Maybe prison itself is made of rocks or something. Just imagine. Okay, so he's sitting on this and he is chained. So, chained by actual chains, probably. So, let's tie his ankle. Okay, and maybe hands to a certain extent. Okay, so this, because Paul is tied, okay, he is happy. Okay, so because Paul is tied, what? Most brothers and sisters. Okay, let's draw some running away. Mm, okay, so let's say 2 people ran away. Okay, let's just draw one person. Yes, this person loves the Lord. Okay, but like Paul, but doesn't want to face this situation. So he's like running far away as possible. Okay. Um, not with the love of Christ, but uh, okay, let's draw that. Not taking the love of Christ, meaning when they take the love of Christ with them, they are like sharing the gospel. Oh, what has happened? Okay, okay. So they are not carrying the love of Christ with them. But many more people did take the love of Christ with them. Okay, so let's draw some 4 people. Okay, so they probably came and met Paul, or maybe they just heard about Paul and they decided, oh, so Paul is like this. So I heard that he's happy and God is helping many gods to find him, find God. So I'm going to tell more people about Christ. Okay. Oh, this person doesn't have hands. Okay, so they all love God and they become bold. So, how can we draw boldness? Hmm? So they were not scared. They were not afraid of being put in prison like Paul. Hmm? So they had a wide smile. Maybe would that symbolize boldness? Hmm. Okay, so they were all having boldness. Okay, and because of Paul. Okay, so let's maybe take everything from Paul. Okay, I'll just use red. So because of Paul, this person is going, okay, taking the gospel with him. Okay, taking the love of God with him or her. Paul is saying many brothers and sisters, so there were women as well taking the gospel. Okay, so let's draw for the other person. Okay, he's going in a different direction to a different place. Okay. So he says, okay, you're going east, so I'll go north. This person is saying, okay, I'll go south. So they went in different directions. So Paul is in prison, so let me go. I will go to places. Okay. So the gospel actually kept spreading. And this person says, oh, I will go, okay, southeast. Okay. So something like that. Yeah. Okay. So they become most of the brothers and sisters have become confident in the Lord. Okay. So confident in the Lord and dared all the more without fear. Okay. So it's hard to draw all this. How do we draw confidence in the Lord? I think we did a yellow, orange thumbs up, correct? For confidence, right? Something like this. Confident in the Lord. Okay. And dare all the more. Dare, meaning what? Gospel, proclaim the gospel without fear. No fear. How can we draw fear? Okay. Hmm? Black hat? No, yeah. Black face? Wait. How can we draw fear? No fear. Does that make sense? Hmm? No fear. Copy, paste for this person as well.
Looks more like a crushed papad.
Mm. Yeah, that's fear for me. Okay, so they were confident, but no fear. They were not scared. Hmm, maybe just draw some. Okay. What is this? Expressions, additional special effects. Okay, right. Okay, so because of my chains, most of the brothers and sisters have become confident. Okay, so for this person, he feared. Hmm, and he did not have confidence. So we should draw upside down. How do you draw upside down? Like this. Okay, it's the other way around. Hmm, okay, he did not have confidence in Jesus. Okay, so I think that makes sense. So, what lessons today? Paul is Paul is awesome. His life, the first half of his life was he was the troublemaker for all people of God. Then when he realized he was actually on the wrong side and he's doing the wrong thing, and when he found Jesus, he turned around and when people caught him, how used to catch people of God, he was not scared because he already made people do all this. Mm. So he was bold and strong and courageous. Whatever, I am going to continue sharing God's love. And seeing him, others got encouraged so much. Others got strengthened so much. So we saw the gods coming to know God. We saw the people coming and going. We saw uh, more people of God getting up. They were sleeping or just enjoying a puppet, but they got up and they actually went without a puppet, without a fear puppet. Yeah, but not everybody. There were some who were still scared, but most. Yeah. So we could learn from Paul's example, or we could learn from the other people who went boldly. Yeah. So whom should we fear? Should we fear being put in prison, or should we fear, or should we, in a happy way, um, take the gospel and go to places? The answer is obvious, but do we? Are we like this running away person, or are we like the other four? Question. Okay, can think it and talk to God about it whenever such thoughts come, such incidents happen. Ask yourself, which side am I? Am I running away person, or am I being bold? Not just bold ourselves, but confidence in Jesus. Yeah, so the confidence is in Jesus, not just on our own. Okay, let's pray. Dear God, we thank you for today. We thank you for this history that is written for us. Thank you for Paul, who was, even though he was chained, he was happy, joyful, sharing about you. And so many people are influenced in a positive way because of Paul. Pray that we will also have this boldness, the confidence in you, and we will happily share your love. Thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay.